This is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
Very, very quickly, I'd just like to say something publicly. There's a large part of the internet out there that is so stupid that to them...
Oh, Phil, Darkside Phil is like the most embarrassing person on the internet.
Because it doesn't matter what I say or do. It doesn't matter what point I make. To them,
I'm just a meme.
lol cow, lol cow.
Darkside Phil the lol cow.
And that's one of the most incredibly stupid ways you could go through fucking life, is to completely discount what someone says, or if someone has a point, or if someone, you know what I mean? If someone has something valid to say, because something happened that made them a meme at one point, right? And in particular, you know, in recent light, it's funny, though, I'd say the last 6 months, a lot of the times when I'm saying stuff on the internet, okay, I find that people agree with me. I find that people are like, wow, that's true, or whatever. And then you get these people who just won't listen. Oh, wait, isn't that the guy who, you know, jerked off on stream in front of thousands of children? And isn't that the guy who said racist stuff? You know, and you read these things and you're like, aren't you an idiot? Like,
in mid-2016, I accidentally streamed myself masturbating.
because if you read the shit that they say, you're like, so let me get this straight. So because someone had an accident that was incredibly embarrassing, right? Admittedly. If someone did something very stupid many years ago that they fessed up to, publicly admitted was wrong, and apologized for profusely because they feel bad about it, right? Does that mean that this is all that person ever is? And the answer, of course, is no. How many people have we had who had stupid pasts, dumb shit that's happened, right? We forgive that. And they go on to greatness. I mean, certainly I'm not comparing myself to a great celebrity or actor, but one of the cases that I definitely would compare here is Robert Downey Jr. This is a guy who early on in his acting career was a hot star and then got caught out for doing some of the most embarrassing, stupid shit a person could possibly do when he was at his lowest, right? He was at his absolute lowest. And now look at him. Now he's riding high. He became the face of the Marvel movies. Everyone respects the guy. Everyone cares about his opinions. And that's the funny thing. You can't compare drugs to stroking it on camera. First of all, which is worse? Why don't you actually think about it before you fucking open your dumb fucking mouth, right? Because doing something that's natural that happens with many, many people in their own homes, all right? I certainly did not, it was not something that was intentional. It was obviously a accident. And also, I'll be honest here. It was happening at a time in my life where things were not going well personally for me, behind the scenes. You know, things were starting to fall apart. I was getting depressed at that time, heavily into depression, because of problems going on behind the scenes. And it leads to stupid actions, right? It just does. It's like really stupid. And, you know, I've fessed up to it a million times. I said it's the dumbest things I've ever done, right? And obviously it's never happened again after that, never will. So, you know, now I'm happily married. I'm in a much better life position than I was at the time. And
splashed all over my face and my pants. What the fuck? And it was quite tasty. So there you go. My answer.
the thing is that there's that versus, okay, I actively decided to be a druggie, get on drugs, get caught inside of a car with you know, someone with drugs and everything. It's different. Very different situation. Here's what really happened, all right? You saw me making funny faces on a low-resolution muted camera. That's it. There was no audio. There was no visual of anything disgusting whatsoever. It was all implied, right? If I hadn't fessed up to it, I mean, people would have always said that's what they thought it was, but there would have been no evidence of anything. That's what I mean. Like, it's such a stupid thing. People will act like it's something horrible. Like, oh my God, you know, Phil really did one of the most horrible things. What did I do? It was me making stupid, funny faces with fucked up hair. That's all it was. That's all that was on camera. That's it.
Whining, complaining.
When What's dumb is that people blow it up into something that it's not and lie. Oh, it was in front of children. There were no fucking children on the stream. Children don't watch my streams.
Hello, my children. You guys are like 10 years old. All my viewers are children. Everyone knows this.
It's 100% the dumbest thing I will ever do. And I will never, I've already lived it. You understand that? 5 years ago, I lived that moment and it's done with. The most embarrassing thing that could happen has happened. And I'm never going to have a worse moment than that. I realize that what I say and do matters. Because people will listen and people will not only follow what I say and believe what I say, but it could lead to other people taking action. I never really understood that when I was a content creator 10 years ago. When I was first in my height of popularity on YouTube, I didn't get that what you say and do has consequences. Alright?
The mentality of a 5-year-old.
There is an overwhelming amount of dumb fucks out there who all they do is they live the memes. And I hate to say it, that's like the majority of people on the internet are just brain dead stupid. They think that because there's one moment in time that happened, that is the end-all be-all of a person's existence. Things never change over time. World is black and white. So it doesn't matter what points I make. It doesn't matter how well-rounded or minded I am, or if I make, you know what I mean?
Well, Phil's the meme. And Phil will never surpass the meme.
And so everything that he says, sadly, gets written off because of the meme. I couldn't tell you how many times in 2020, I would be on the internet making a good point, say on Twitter, and people would hit me with that stupid meme, with that bald white guy, and it's like, the person who you hate the most finally makes a valid point and you're forced to accept it. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a meme that, oh my god, you're someone you really don't like for a stupid, not for a stupid reason, but there's someone you really don't like and they made a good point and now you're forced to accept it. That's a meme. I've been hit with that meme probably about 100 times in the last year.
What?
And it's like, why am I the worst person you know? Because of things that were generalized racial comedy I did a decade ago and stopped doing and apologized for. Because of insensitive jokes I made a decade ago and I apologized for. Because of 5 years ago, because of a stupid thing that happened on stream that I owned. And, you know what I mean? Like, what exactly is it that, what is the reason that I'm the most hated guy you know? Like, what are you talking about? And if you actually confront these people with those questions, they'll have no answers. There's no intelligent answer to it, it's just the meme. Because they're brainless. What I want to say again, thank you guys who still allow me to have a fun life, to do what I love for a living, who will actually tune in and care about what we do on stream, understand that these streams are very different from what the brainless morons will spin them into being.
They call me a living meme.
How can you call me a toxic content creator when there are people out there that they literally just sit there and shit on people the whole stream? Everything they do is meant to be defamatory. Everything they meant to do is to be hurtful, to make fun of other people. They have no content for themselves. They don't make gameplay. They don't do reviews. They don't do anything positive or constructive. They just sit there and they pull down their pants and literally take a fucking dump on people. And these people are somehow accepted as valid content creators, but someone like me is told, you're the most toxic guy on the internet. Like, what the fuck are you even talking about? Can you fucking justify a word you're saying? You're such a dunce. And you have no fucking valid justification for anything you're saying, except for referencing 10 moments in 12 years, right? Which I've moved on from, learned from, and don't repeat.
There's the salt. The delicious salt. Is that me? That's the problem? No. That's the internet. That's the dumb fucks of the internet.
I'm so past that point in my life where I was at my lowest. You know, there were 2 points in my life where I feel like I was at my absolute lowest, all right? One point was when I was depressed. This was before I ever did a YouTube video. I was depressed. I hated my job. I hated my life. I didn't feel like anyone loved me truly. And I, you know, at one point was considering doing the ultimate awful thing. And you guys know what I'm talking about, all right? That's how bad it was, you know, about 13, 14 years ago for me. And thank God that I've never gotten to that point again in my life, and I hope I never do, because my life is so much better now, I can't imagine how I could ever get back to that point. Alright?
He doesn't really have depression. He's trying to do that to get sympathy.
And then, the other lowest point of my life was 2016 into the first half of 2017, where behind the scenes, my private life was awful. I'm just being honest with all of you. It's awful. It was like, I was stressed out working, because I didn't know what was going to happen with my, I didn't know what was going to happen with my professional life. My finances were falling apart. The income on YouTube was drying up because of trolling activities and also because YouTube was just fucking everything up. It was just like one of, if not the most stressful times in my life where I didn't know what was going to happen. I thought I was going to lose everything.
過酷な運命を背負って極道の抗争に巻き込まれていた。
I'm tired of being treated like a joke because of something that's way long in my past that doesn't matter anymore. Right? Didn't matter when it happened, either. But the point I'm making is, it's such a footnote in history at this point. And like I said, that literally is the moment that's the most stupid, embarrassing thing that will ever happen to me. There's no way I could top that. I can't even think of a way to top that. So, why the fuck are we still talking about it? Like, it's happened, it's gone. So many people since then have tried to end me, tried to cancel me, tried to get me off of Twitch and YouTube for no reason. What's the reason? What have I ever done to warrant it? And the answer is nothing. There's nothing justified to get me out of anywhere because I don't break any rules. People are just fucking stupid. I would hope that over time, right, people will at least, if they have a brain in their head, will give me a shot and at least watch my stuff once and give it a shot and see what happens, because the people who do seem to like it. But when you're so brainwashed to think one thing, it's probably very hard to break out of that. When you've been memeing something for 5 years, it's probably very hard to break out of that mindset. Oh my god, what's Phil doing? What's he doing right now? He's not talking about, oh, I'm obviously slapping 10-year-old children. That's what I do behind the scenes, right? You listen to idiots. I'm busy slapping kids, so, I can't talk to you guys right now. Sorry, you gotta hold off while I slap some children in the behind the scenes. Alright.
That's terrible. That's such a terrible thing.
Yesterday I received an anonymous email from someone. And the email, I'll just paraphrase it. The email said as follows. Phil, I'm really happy that you actually said what you said on your streams and you shut down that discussion about Derek. Because I actually, just on curiosity's sake, after hearing you mention it, tuned into one of your restreamer streams. They literally were egging on their viewers to harass Derek during his birthday and tell him to kill himself.
What? What?
This was actively going on their stream. This is what they felt was meaningful content for people on the internet. To egg on their viewers to tell your viewer during his birthday that he should go kill himself. And after I saw that, I couldn't believe it because I thought that, you were over-exaggerating. But then when I saw that, I understood what you were getting at, and I'm very happy you did that because hopefully he had a good birthday and didn't get harassed by a bunch of scumbags. Okay? That's why I say what I say and I do what I do, because this is fucked up stuff. Okay? And I'm not gonna put up with it. I'm just not. That is not normal human behavior. That is called mental illness.
Oh my god.
I like supporting local business. I don't necessarily like ordering from big chains. I like supporting local businesses, especially now during the pandemic, trying to keep them afloat because they're making very little money because no one can sit in and eat anymore. So we ordered from a local Thai restaurant, and it was very good. I ended up getting this eggplant dish, which I've never had eggplant other than having it in an Italian meal. And I've had it various different ways. You can have eggplant parmesan, you can have eggplant on a pizza, I've had eggplant rollatini. But this was different. This was eggplant with mixed veggies like peppers and green onions and stuff like that, and then also with some pork.
I loved red meat, alright? Cannibalism.
And it was very good. I was very pleased. I was like, wow, I've never had anything like this before. And I was very happy about that. So. Of course, now people will be like, well, Phil spent money. Yes, I do. You're right. On my day off, I do spend money. You may not be aware of this, but on my actual days off, I spend some money. I was telling you guys this all week when I asked you if you could tip me because it would help me out on my day off because I need to spend some money. I also I went grocery shopping, and also I had to buy pet supplies for Jasper. I actually spent some money yesterday. The rest of the week I sit at home playing games on the streams, but I actually had to spend money on my day off, because people will think that this is some kind of a revelation. Oh my god, Phil spent money. Yeah, because it's really your business, right?
It's very, very salty.
Anyway, Westside Phil did a 100-bit cheer. He says, you're burnt out. Take a break from Twitter. It's a toxic platform. Take a break and reconnect with yourself and your family. What makes you think I didn't? Like, I spent the majority of yesterday with my family. Why do you think I was? Like, what do you think I was doing? Right? I was with my family the whole day. Yes, every once in a while I would tweet something. It wasn't the focus of my day, though. You might realize this, guys. I'll give you a little bit of a heads up. So in a day, there's 24 hours. Alright? Within those 24 hours, if you do the math, you gotta do the math now. 24 times 60. Alright? There's a lot of minutes in a day. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of minutes in a day. Alright? Just because someone tweeted a few times in a day does not mean they spent their whole day on Twitter reading it. In fact, if I tweet and then I go do stuff and I come back a bit later and I read the hilariously stupid, uneducated, dunce-like responses that I get, and then I respond to the dunces and say, ha-ha. That's actually what I respond to. Ha-ha. That's my response. But that's not what I did all day.
Tangy's Asian style aioli did 100-bit cheer asking if did I ever have a stroke because the right side of my face doesn't move when I talk. What the fuck are you talking about? That's not something to joke about.
Diaperman cheers. If you had a debilitating stroke, would you still be wheeled on stream to support your family? If I had a debilitating stroke, exactly, what would I do on stream? If it was debilitating, I couldn't play games. I probably could barely talk. I know because I knew someone who had a debilitating stroke, and we did hang out with him still, even though he could barely play video games or whatever. It was fucked up. It took him about, I'd say, 2 to 3 years to fully kind of recover from the stroke and get back to where he was before the stroke. Certainly, I would miss being on stream, and maybe what I would do is go on stream just to talk with you guys every once in a while about topics, but I wouldn't be able to play games and stuff depending on how bad the stroke is. By the way, I don't know what the hell the question is about. Like, what are you talking about? Why are you asking me about a debilitating stroke? What does that have to do with my streams? Whose stream are you watching right now, Diaper Man?
Asleen X cheered said, I've done my face pulls for today. It's important to do my face pulls. Oh, okay, hold on. Do my face pulls. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Thank you. I almost forgot to do my face pulls. What the fuck is he talking about? There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me it's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it. Is a mobile game addict. Still has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone. Just gone like that. In an instant. Fucking gone. I just care about money. I just can't help it. I eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you. No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity. Is the guy who just doesn't get reality.